You know, when I first started this channel many years ago, I used to do a lot of weekly what sold videos, and it's been a long time since I've done them, but I was in the mood today. I figured I would do a what sold video, talk about my week in sales. It looks like I listed 43 things over the last 7 days, which is pretty good, above average from where I've been. By the way, if it's your first time here watching the channel, I'm a part-time reseller, and so I have a full-time job and I resell on eBay on the side. I also make videos here on YouTube. So if it's your first time on the channel, thank you, welcome. So 43 new listings, 32 sales over the last 7 days. So things are picking up a little bit for Q4. Truthfully, I have not been super focused as a seller in Q4, not as focused as I should be, mostly because of my day job. But, you know, 32 sales over 7 days, that's not bad. That's like what? That's 7 times 5 a day? No, 4 a day, 4 point something a day. So not too bad. I'm going to talk through my top 10 sales though, and I'm going to go in order of by net. So I will start with the number 10 sale, which is this guy here. It is 3 vintage Dillard glass ornaments made in West Germany. So looks like I don't know. Oh yeah, these, where did I get these? I guess a garage sale, actually a long time ago. And in fact, my wife was going to use these. She bought them for herself, but decided she didn't want them. So she's like, hey, go ahead and sell them. And I listed them and it took 7 hours. So very quick sale. I didn't do a whole lot of research to make sure that it was priced right. So maybe $34.50 was a little lower than it should have been. These were glass ornaments, definitely vintage because it said made in West Germany. And of course that's, you know, I don't know what year that dates it. Anyway, it looks like I had about $3 into them. They took 7 hours to sell. I ended up netting $19.20. So it's the right time of year for ornaments. Obviously, if you got Christmas stuff, get it listed ASAP. And these sold within 7 hours. So pretty good flip there. I made $19.20 on it for the 10th best flip of the week. Coming in at number 9 here is this vintage Wherever Super Shooter. I pick these up anytime I see them, and I see them quite a bit, actually. I got this one at a garage sale in Springfield, Missouri, about a month ago. Looks like it sold very quickly, though. It sold in 3 hours, so it took me a little while to list it, but once I did, it was out the door for $39.99 plus, or no, with free shipping. It looks like I ended up netting $19.57 on this one. So again, these are just really good pickups, especially for this time of year. So super shooters, Wherever, these are great. Just plug them in, make sure they work. They typically do. And yeah, pretty good sale. All right, number 7 here. Gosh, this is all Christmas themed so far. Obviously, we're getting close to that time of year. This is a Chicago Bears NFL Ugly Christmas sweater. Bought this a long time ago. Looks like it took 6 months to sell. I sold it for $37.98. That's $32.99 plus $4.99 in shipping. I ended up netting $21.54 on it after all taxes and fees. Looks like I had to do a couple relists on this one before it went out the door, but it's just a matter of time. You know, it's not going to sell in the middle of the summer most likely. It's going to take until Christmas, and it did, and so glad to have it out the door. So on to number 7 here, Pack Edge. I think that's how you pronounce that. These do not look to be consumer level wireless access points, but probably something you would find in an office building or put in an office building. I got this at St. Vincent de Paul. Took only 3 days to sell, and I sold them for $64.98, a 2-pack here. That's $50 plus $15 in shipping. And ended up netting $24.07, only a return on investment of 134%. I guess that's, yeah, I paid $9 each on these. So a little bit more expensive, a little bit lower return on investment. What was my average ROI for this time? Yeah, so my average ROI for this past week is pretty low. Usually it sits around 600. Like if I change this to the last 30 days, yeah, 800% ROI. But last 7 days, it's been a little bit lower return on investment. So we'll see. I'm not exactly sure why, but we'll probably find out during this video. Anyway, so 2407, that was the, let's see, sorry, that was the 10, 9, 8, 7th best flip of the week are these indoor wireless access points. This one I didn't recognize the brand. I knew it was a wireless access point. It seemed to be not consumer level again, so I figured it might be worth the money. I'm sure I looked them up and checked, and yeah, they sold in 3 days. So there you go. Okay, this one, same 187 killer pads. These are just knee pads for skateboarders, it looks like. And so I got this at Salvation Army. It took over 6 months to sell. It ended up selling for $44.99, and I ended up netting $24.75. I had $4 into them. These were brand new. These were on Amazon for, I think, $50 or $60. So I priced them under, and I'm surprised it took this long to sell, but it did. So there you go. Let's see, coming in at the next one, I'm forgetting the numbers here. I don't know. It looks like I think probably that was number 5 maybe. So let's say number 6 here is this vintage GE General Electric waffle maker. It's kind of sad that I sold this because I've been looking for a waffle maker that like makes really like thin Waffle House style waffles, because I don't really like the thick and puffy waffles that much. And so I was looking around online doing some searches for how to make thin and crispy waffles, and it was like 2 days later, I forgot it even had the thing. 2 days later, this thing sold, and I was like, darn it. I probably could have made nice crispy waffles with this vintage GE waffle maker. But anyway, I got it at an estate sale. It took 3 days to sell. Net return on it was $25.68 for these. What did I say? I've already forgotten. I think that's the fifth best flip of the week. Fourth best flip of the week, this Sony RDR VX525. This is a VHS DVD combo recorder. Bought this at a garage sale over the summer. I think $5 is what I paid for it. Yeah, $5 there. Yeah, this actually, it says that my net return was $27.28, but so this actually wasn't a very good flip, and I'll show you why. That's because it got returned. So I tested it, and it worked. But the buyer said something was wrong with it. You get this quite a bit with these types of sort of vintage electronics, particularly VCRs and VHS DVD combos, where you test it and send it out and they report it as being broken. I think that there's situations where I might be getting scammed in that scenario, where maybe they are looking for a particular part, and so they buy it and they take the part out, and then they return it and send it back. I really have no way to tell, obviously. I mean, I'm not an expert with these things. I'm not going to open them up and check and see whether the pieces are there. I would just have no idea. So it's sort of a risk that you run with this category. It doesn't happen that frequently, or I get returns on these, fairly regularly. Not, I would say 1 in 10 gets returned. So I don't know. But anyway, my actual net on this was negative $3.20. I paid $5 for it. And again, that's because I listed it here I sold it for $124.99. It got returned. I paid the return. I offer free return, so I paid $12.59 to ship it back, and I relisted it just for parts at $50 for less than half of the cost, and I ended up selling it, for less than half of the cost. And that order had a net return of $27.28, but because of the selling costs and the return shipping, my total costs, were higher than my return. So I ended up losing $3.20 on that. But the fact that I resold it untested, with no returns, means that I would have lost, how much? I would have lost I would have lost $30 on the deal. So instead, because I sold it again, I only lost $3 on the deal. So, a little bit of a bummer to ship something out and lose money on it, but at least I didn't lose $30 on it. All right, number 3 here is this Harry Potter toy from 2001. So I can't even remember when. It's been a while ago. I'll flash a picture up here so y'all can see. But at an estate sale, I bought about $500 worth of vintage Harry Potter toys. And it was a really cool collection. I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan myself. My kids had their phase of Harry Potter, and we went to the Harry Potter World in Florida at Universal Studios, which was really fun. But I'm just not a huge Harry Potter fan personally. But these things were really fun to sell. This one was like one of the last ones to sell. It looks like, I've got $5 into this one. I got a net return of $28.28. But just a really fun pickup, getting all these Harry Potter toys, and my kids were super excited to look through all of them, and I didn't let them play with any of them because they were all unopened, but sorry, kids. All right, on to number 2 here is this Proboat Catamaran. This is a remote-controlled boat. I got this past weekend at an estate sale. I paid $20 for it, I think. Let me see here. Yeah, $22. So I paid up a little bit, but I knew it was going to sell very fast. There was only like 2 or 3 listed, and there was 40 something sold. And so it was a very good sell-through rate. You know, the margins were not good. The ROI was not particularly good. You know, I spent $22 to make $32. Not bad. I mean, definitely not complaining there, but I sold it as untested. And so I don't know. I don't know how to test these things. And I plugged the battery and it looked like it was charging. So yeah, I sold this 4 parts untested. I didn't know how to fully test the thing. I just didn't want the liability of sending something that I wasn't 100% sure was working. So I cut the cost down a little bit and sold it for $80. I think if it was tested and working, it would have sold for like 120 or something like that. So anyway, only took an hour to sell though. So made $32 in an hour. And I think I spent a total of like $40 at that estate sale for, you know, a dozen different things. So this one thing almost paid for the whole estate sale, which is nice. All right, let's see what the number 1 flip of the week is. It is this Bonavita electric gooseneck kettle. So Bonavita, I think I'm pronouncing that right, is a really good brand to watch out for, kitchen brand to watch out for. Got this at Savers at a thrift store. Paid $12, kind of expensive, but was still worth it. So even in used condition, this thing went for $60, and I did for free shipping on that one. Got a net return of $33.82 for the best flip of the week. And so I had a lot of lower net items go out this week. But still, $33, took 3 days to ship. Bonavita, really good brand to look out for. And so, yeah, looks like I had a total gross income of $1,029 and a net income of $488. So only 45% profit margins. And so some of those items that went out the door this week, the ROI and the profit margins were not super great. Definitely lower than my average, because if you kick this over to say the last 90 days, you'll see 822% and 53. So yeah, lower profit margins over the last 7 days and lower ROI. But yeah, 43 new listings and then 32 sales over the last 7 days. So that's it. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you like these types of videos. I don't know if I'm going to do them regularly or not, but if you like watching them, let me know. Give me a like on this or leave me a comment and let me know. So we'll see you next week. Thanks. Appreciate it. Bye.